Chaim, the Chasuna the Rebbe's wedding anniversary today should be made on the Klal Yisrael, who are all his children.
Chaim.
I remember the event from a personal point of view. My father, Sholom, went to the Rebbe for the Rosh Hashanah before Kislev. And for that Rosh Hashanah he borrowed money. He didn't have any money for the trip. To Riga was an extended trip. So he borrowed money, which he was going to pay out throughout the year. When he received the invitation for the wedding, he said to my mother, he doesn't see how he can go and borrow money again. He'll probably have to miss the wedding. But in the meantime, my father used to get a tonsillitis attack every winter. Right in America, he had the tonsils out, but in Europe, when he used to get, his fever used to run up so high that while being in bed, he used to be like delirious, like a Fabringen, sing and talk, like by Fabringen. And we as children used to get so scared. So obviously there was no talk anymore about going to the wedding when in such a condition. But then he got better, and the Rabbi, Rebbe, came to be in Vakar Chayla. And when my father asked him that he probably also got an invitation, he's probably in the same boat as my father. No, my father took it for granted that he will also not go. He said, no, I'm going. He said, what? He said, what the Rebbe said later by the wedding, that by every simcha, 3 generations come from the other world. And by the Rabbi, he says, who knows who will be there. And especially, he says, as far as I'm concerned, my Rebbe, the Rashab, is going to be there. So how can I miss it? So he left, and he went to the wedding. My father took it very much to heart, that he had made up his mind that he's not going. So he started getting worse. He was getting better, and he had like a relapse. My mother saw that something was wrong, so she said to him, what's epismater, something is bothering me. He told her. My mother was a very practical woman. She went out. Our credit in the community was good. She went out, borrowed money, he came and said, my father was in Rechen, die Geld da, das noch sein gesund. My father took it as a, very, and he started working. All I remember as a child is that they brought a wagon driver because the train was 10 miles from our shtetl, and a lot of blankets because he was still sweating. They covered him up and he went. My mother was worried, how the trip is going to... But of course in those days there was no telephone, no way. But he came back, a Gesundter, a Freilacher, said how the Rebbe went around with mashke and gave everybody mashke. And my mother, he made a remark, and my mom said, "Die hat ein schlechter Mensch, the character." So these are my memories of the wedding. And when the Rebbe had to go out, the Russians said that they were only permitting the immediate families to go out. But since he's not in the family yet, so he said, but he's a chasna of my daughter. So they said, you're going to Latvia, Poland, you'll find another chasna. He said, Azach chasna gefindt man nicht. There's no